Hello and welcome to our introduction to LabWorX, A&D's lab management platform. My name's Tom. I'll be running you through some of the major features of the lab management platform, primarily in our Lab Central product, which you can see on screen here. So Lab Central acts as the core of our idea of a managed lab. It's connected to all of the workstations, it collects data from them, it provides dashboards, utilization metrics, the whole shebang. So I'll be going over a few of the different pieces of data that you can collect and what you can do with them. So without further ado, let's jump right in. The first feature I'd like to show you is our custom dashboards feature. Managing a lab can be difficult. You have tons of different things you got to keep track of, and what each and every workstation is doing at any given moment, that could be important. Our dashboards can help with that by providing a flexible custom display that you can add the key pieces of data about what's going on. Just as an example here, I have several stations from my Lab Agent Sim section. We can see who's working on it at the time, some key channel values, and maybe that's enough for me. There's always the option of adding more data. So say I wanted to see the numeric value of one of these guys. All I would have to do is pop in here. See, we have an editor for my Lab Agent Sim dashboard. You can see how my chart is set up. That's the channel I'm looking for, that sine wave right there. So I'll go ahead and add a digital column right here, save it. Now let's pop back to the runtime dashboard, and here we go. That's all it took. So this can show you anything from key measurement values to safety thresholds on temperatures. It's pretty much whatever you would want to monitor at a station. You can make a dashboard for that. It's all live data coming up from whatever your test solution is. In addition to the custom ones, we also ship with a few canned items for common types of testing. This is an example of one of those. This is our circuit monitor, typically used for battery testing. So right now we're looking at our Maycore 3 system at A&D's lab. You can see it's got 4 circuits. They're all functioning. None of them doing an actual test though. So that means as a manager, I could assign some work here. We also have a few other options as well. Maybe you don't like a table display. We also support a freeform dashboard where you can freely position the display objects just across the workspace. It's very flexible and very adaptable to whatever you would need. The next item in our list is our test data search tool. So Lab Central has connections to all of the workstations in our lab, right? They're doing testing, they're generating data results. Lab Central provides a central repository for collecting, indexing, and then serving up those files. So your test data is always at hand, no matter if it's something that you tested 5 minutes ago or maybe 5 years ago. It's all here and easily accessible. Just as an example, I have a few projects that I'm looking at specifically here. This LSproj BTS, LSproj OEM merge. Say I wanted to add another one to my results here. I also care about this for the sake of this demo. So now that that's checked, I can go in here and I can see, yep, there's my LSproj VSA files as well. I can pop that open. I can see the actual result data. I can also get a nice summary of the context around that file by looking at the tagged headers. So we support whatever custom search headers you want. I have this ANDT something 474 system, and I want to see all the data from that system. Doesn't matter where it came from, if it's not that one. So I actually have that as a custom filter over here. You can see there's 22 items, and now all of the other stations, those are no longer in my results. Likewise, if I could pop over here, let's look at that Maycore 3 system again. Now we can see I have the 23 result files from that one. It's a very flexible tagging system too. So these files, anything in the header section up top, that's tagged. So I could search and find this file based on this C rate value, the test name length, or the file name, the individual battery specimen. But those specific items, they could be anything, really. Whatever would help you locate the data after it's been uploaded. So project name, date ranges, file size. Here we actually have the serial number of the battery specimen that was being tested. You can filter based on the individual parts that your lab has been testing. It's a very flexible system, very powerful, and it's highly adaptable and scalable to your environment. The next stop in our journey through LabWorX is LabScheduler. LabScheduler allows you to utilize Lab Central's connection to the test stations, as well as its role as a repository for test files, to combine all that together into actual test specifications that you can build in Lab Central and then assign to your actual stations. So you can plan your tests according to how much they cost, how long they'll take, which parts are involved. It's a comprehensive test solution, all managed over the Lab Central interface through a web browser like this one. For this example, I can see that our Maycore system down here, it's got 4 circuits. All of them are empty. They could be doing more work. I've built this test request over here. If we crack that open, we'll see that it is just a list of parts, a list of tests to perform on those parts, and a project to send the test results. If I drill in here, let's take this ABCD11231 battery, and we'll set that to circuit 1. We'll also have the opportunity to assign this to someone else, but I'm going to leave myself as the operator for this one. That was sent to the station. We can see that the block turned orange, indicating it was pending, and now it's green, indicating that the station is ready to perform that test. The files associated with these items were bundled together and actually transferred to that workstation. From here, all I have to do is start the test. That should turn purple, which means the test is in progress. And we can even see a little screenshot of the desktop of that workstation here. That test is now running. I have 1 fewer idle circuit, and my lab is running more optimally thanks to LabWorX.